studio production begins in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to Community Foundation Spotlight. I'm Erica Joseph, president at the Community Foundation, and if you don't know already, we are your community foundation here on the Lower Eastern Shore. Today's program, I'm thrilled to have LaTanya Wilson with us from Agape Empowerment Corporation. Welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Good morning.
Now, you are a co-founder and the youth director of this
correct.
still relatively new. You've been in operations about 3 years, but you're still relatively new in the community. So tell viewers who might not have heard of you yet what Agape Empowerment is all about.
Okay, great. Thank you again for having me. So Agape Empowerment's mission is very simple: empowering others to live empowered lives. So our mission is to be able to bring resources, whether they be local community-based resources or government-based resources, to bring them into the community where those are in need them.
And you have, like I said, you've been working for 3 years.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you've done that people might have heard about or seen you at in the past that would help them understand that goal?
Sure. So just recently, this past weekend, we hosted our 3rd annual School is Out Cookout and Resource Fair. Excuse me. It always gets my tongue a little twisted, which is our biggest event of the year for us. We hosted annually. It's fantastic. We have about 15 to 20. This year we had 20 vendors on site for us from the health department, the local police department, a team from UMES, someone from Salisbury University as well, out with us in the community talking to those there that are in need for those resources that they offer.
And where was it held this year?
This year was at Doverdale Park.
And you do that annually there, or does it move around the region?
It moves around. So last year we hosted it at Lake Street, this year in Doverdale, and then next year for 2018 we're planning to host it in Del Mar, Maryland.
So it's a place where people, families and kids can come together to see what programs and services and opportunities there are right there in the community for them.
Yes, correct, especially during the summer, to try to prevent some of that summer slide, to be able to have the families have a better understanding of what is available for their children to do, as well as themselves, throughout the summer months.
And so outside of that annual event, which is certainly a great sort of one-stop shop for engaging with you, what ways can you connect anytime if somebody sees this program and wants to learn more about what you're doing?
Sure, certainly. So they can follow us on all of our social media websites, which are Facebook, Instagram, and soon we'll be on Twitter. And it's just our handle at Agape Empowerment. And then they can also connect with my co-partner and director, women's director, Sherry Thompson. They can connect with us directly and get in touch with us. Honestly, it's the easiest way to say it.
And just sort of start that conversation and see what you're doing. Now,
Yes.
For anyone who hears the word agape and goes, what does that mean? Where did that come from? What does that mean?
Yeah, so agape, is just basically God's unconditional love. You know, so we love each other, and we love those in the community exactly where they are, who they are, for what they are, what they stand for, whatever it is. It does not matter. Everyone is welcome to be a part of Agape Empowerment.
And you're connected with a lot of organizations and other partners, it sounds like, in the community.
Yes.
Who are you working with on some upcoming events, programs, activities?
Well, upcoming events as far as partnership, we don't have anything coming up with other organizations currently, but we are a part of other organizations out there as well, such as Young Women with Dignity, directed by Jenny Price. We do all types of things. We partner with her, or honestly just be a part of what she does in the community as well.
To reach young women?
Yes, to reach young women,
And so upcoming activities or events that you're leading, are there some of those on the schedule that people could try to get connected to?
Absolutely. So we host a women's brunch where we speak about things such as financial literacy, overcoming the pain from your past to be able to feel empowered for your future. We host those events bi-monthly, and we have 3 left this coming year. So you'll be able to find those details also on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, or on our website directly. And then we also, for spring of 2018, will be hosting a teen summit where there will be a panel of youth from the community speaking about real life issues and topics that they're facing every day.
And so what are some of the things that Agape Empowerment needs to be able to expand its impact in the community, and how can people get involved in that?
Sure. So certainly, thank you for asking that. We absolutely need volunteers like none other. Every event that we host is really large, as far as about 100 to 125 people in attendance. So we're always looking for volunteers. It's a great place for young people to also get community service hours that they need for graduation. And then, of course, there are the monetary donations that are always a big help. And all of those things can be accessed right from our website. You can make the donation right from there, and you can also sign up to be a volunteer with us right on our website at www.agapeempowerment.org.
Wonderful. And we're with LaTanya Wilson today. She's co-founder and youth director for Agape Empowerment here on Community Foundation Spotlight. And before we started actually taping for broadcast, we were chatting a little bit about how you got connected with the Community Foundation.
Yes.
Because one of the things that we work really diligently at is trying to find new organizations in the community that are working on meeting needs that maybe some other group isn't already working on, or leveraging and complementing the work. How did you connect with the Community Foundation?
So I went to a different event as we had just got started about 3 years ago, and I met Heather Mailer from the Community Foundation Center. She was speaking to us about being able to funding and things of such as that. And she was like, well, what's going on with you? What's happening? And we were telling her we were still in the process of our 501c3 status. And that was it. She's like, as soon as it comes in, you call me and we'll get together and we'll talk and we'll help you. And the Community Foundation did just that. They helped us host our big event on July 15th this past weekend.
And so I don't know if you've been on our website recently, but we've just launched a new online grant making platform.
Yes.
So when it's time for your next application, our hope is that it's much easier and quicker for you because of that new technology.
Yes.
What other resources have you found in the community as a new organization that have been, helpful to you sort of navigating this new experience as a nonprofit organization?
Sure. Well, honestly, the Community Foundation Center, from the training, the workshops, and everything that we've experienced there, that is where we've gotten a lot of our help from, even if it's just some sound advice on what our next step should be, or other resources, and partnering us with other community partners. And then there's our church, our home church, New Dimensions, and then the other churches around us who have also been great, being able to bridge that gap for us being new into the organizations.
And let's talk a little bit about that, because I think that one of the sort of eye-openers for us whenever we're seeing community programs, and it's been this way for many, many years, is the partnership and
Mm-hmm.
collaboration that happens between nonprofit organizations and the faith-based community.
Sure.
What does that partnership look like? Are they helping raise funds, helping connect to programs? How is that providing support to you at Agape Empowerment?
Sometimes it's just space, being able to allow us to use a conference room to be able to host a meeting or a board meeting, or have a mentor group meet us there at their space. That's really convenient for us, because being so young and our status as an organization in the community, space is one of those things that we need, and we're always kind of grasping at straws. So our church and other churches around us that we partner with have been very gracious with that. And that really is the big thing. And then also the in-kind donations, or being able to just provide food for an event that we're hosting, or share with us where we should go, to get the things that we might stand in the need of.
Now, LaTanya, I'm always curious for someone who started a new organization, because it's not a simple process.
No,
For
it
you
is
all,
not.
it took a couple of years to get
Yes.
everything organized and to, really ensure you had the, the processes and the infrastructure in place to become a nonprofit organization. What inspired you and your co-founder to do that work?
Sure. Well, I can speak for myself directly first. And honestly, it was just watching my parents take care of and foster other children all of my life. So seeing my parents being really strong pillars in our community where I grew up in Chester, Pennsylvania, and being determined to make a difference in every child's life that they met. So that was pretty much instilled in me, because we were out there doing the work with our parents every day, or as often as they were working, we were working. So it caused my love for my community wherever I am to be able to see my community empowered. And mostly because, I watched my parents empower those around them as well. And with Sherry, it was just a matter of her being able to give back to women what she needed while she was hurting, and the things that she was experiencing and what she was going through, which is why it's so important for her and the women's ministry to be able to say, there's tomorrow, like what you're experiencing today will not last always. There's better coming.
So that source of inspiration
Yes.
and love for your, fellow humans in the
Yes.
community.
Mm-hmm.
So the Agape Empowerment Program, often here in Salisbury. You know, you've done a lot of work in Salisbury, and your home church
Yes.
is here in
Yes.
Wycomico County. But you're also thinking a little broader. You mentioned Del Mar. Where
Yes.
do you see long term what Agape Empowerment is going to accomplish?
Long term, we're hoping to be able to have a campus of our own, an empowerment campus, where we can host after school programs, summer programs, mentor programs, sporting events and sporting things such as that, like maybe basketball, baseball, lacrosse, those things of those nature, or be able to partner with someone else who already has that space, has that campus, so we can run our programs from there as well. And then from there, being able to, again, just travel across the shore and be able to host those empowerment events that we have either bi-monthly or annually throughout different counties here on the Eastern Shore.
So how would you suggest, if someone's watching this program who knows someone or themselves feels like they are powerless or need direction, or just are sort of navigating life and need some assistance, what's the best way for them to contact you?
The best way is directly from our Facebook page, or again, the website. So the Facebook is just Agape Empowerment, is our handle on Facebook, or the website is www.agapeempowerment.org.
You've made it really simple. That's wonderful.
Yes.
And let's mention a couple of, you had indicated that you have programs coming up through the end of this year and scheduled for next year, but in case anyone's just started to see us, let's remind them what Agape Empowerment has coming up.
Sure. So on August 5th, we have something coming up. Again, the empowerment lunch that we have for women that we host from, and we speak about things such as financial literacy and helping women feel encouraged and empowered to be able to move past their pain. So the pain of yesterday doesn't have to go into tomorrow. So it's a matter of being in a place where you're being encouraged and inspired by other women who have experienced what you have as well. And it's our 1 year anniversary also for that event, which is August 5th. So it's going to be a fantastic day to come out if you haven't already been there before. A fantastic day. We'll have guest speakers, including Sherry Thompson, who speaks at every bi-monthly lunch as well. And women just come together, share bits of their testimony, how they overcome, and we eat great food together to brunch.
That's a wonderful, incentive on top of it. And you said the next one is in August, but in case people are seeing this after, you do it every other month.
We do it every other month, every other second Saturday.
Okay, fantastic. And where is that held, or does it move around?
No, it's at the Hampton Inn in Salisbury, Maryland, the one on the way to the mall across from Toys R Us.
Fantastic. And so volunteers, donations,
Yes.
all of those are important things to any nonprofit to help further your mission. And folks can find you on Facebook or online.
Yes.
And any closing thoughts for someone who really just, is hearing Agape Empowerment for the very first time that you want to make sure that we don't miss today?
That the agape is so important. It's about unconditional love. So no matter what state you're in today, we're here to help however we can, because it's important to us to empower those around us in our community.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Latanya,
you.
for your commitment, your inspiration, your passion for people around you, and for you and Sherry, taking the initiative to create this organization to help better serve the community.
Thank you very much for having me again.
You've been watching Community Foundation Spotlight. We'd like to take a minute to thank PAC 14 for their continued support to the Community Foundation and so many other nonprofits here in our region. They are a tremendous partner, and we thank them greatly. You've been watching Community Foundation Spotlight. Your community foundation can be found at www.cfes.org, and we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us.